All right, let's move off the trade period. There is still a few days to go. I think deadline day or evening is 8 o'clock this Wednesday night. So we'll watch with interest. Let's move on to something we saw during the week, and it is not a laughing matter, but I guess when you're not involved, it is somewhat. And this is teammates who fight. Pat, we saw
Yeah,
the video. Okay, it is a laughing matter.
it's 100%. Yeah,
Well,
it's a laughing matter.
we saw
You look back on it and laugh.
the video released by TMZ were able to acquire the video at Golden State Warriors practice last week, where Jordan Poole and Draymond Green, championship winning teammates, of course, from last season. We're talking trash at practice in the NBA, which happens every single day. Green was clearly getting in the face of Jordan Poole. If you haven't seen it, it's probably online somewhere.
Jordan Poole kept apparently talking about how he's going to get paid in his next contract, and he was talking about the size of the pool that he was going to install.
So Draymond walked over and got on his face, and Jordan Poole pushed him, and then Draymond has just given him a fair income right hand, which is basically well, it would have dropped him, I guess, except he sort of fell back onto the fence or onto the wall at the practice court. It was pretty nasty, Pat.
It wasn't great. Do you see an NBA where do you see a Golden State Warriors where those two continue to play with each other?
Yeah, absolutely, I do. In fact, I'm staggered if they don't.
I agree.
Although I think Draymond will be missing the first 10, 15, probably 20 games.
No, he won't.
Well, I wouldn't be so sure about that. The fact that the video has come out.
It's on the club, so the club decides. That's only hurting the team.
No, Adam Silver can definitely step in on that. Once the video comes out, we saw this happen with. I think it was Kareem Hunt back when he was playing for Kansas City. The video came. Sorry, it was actually Ray Rice. I want to get it right because I don't want to mention a player who actually didn't get in trouble for physically harming their partner. But the video came out of Ray Rice in an elevator in Vegas, and he was punching and kicking his partner. As soon as the video
That's domestic violence, though. Do you think that?
No, I know that, but there were other players who were in the same situation who either got off or basically got off scot-free. But once the video came out of a player doing this same thing, it just changed everything. And people having seen Draymond Green throw that right hand, that changes it for me. I think he'll get suspended I think he'll get 10 games.
Well, I think 10's still significant. Like that's closing in on 10% of the season.
Well, you can't do that, Pat.
Oh. No, you can't. What was worse? Satana O'Halfman on, was it Cameron Cloak? I think it was.
Was it Cameron Cloak? Yeah.
He not only did he punch him, he kicked him after. Yeah, kicked him in the butt.
Kicked him in the knackers or the rear end after he'd dispatched of him. Yeah, it was that one was ugly. Satanta,
Sydney Stack and Callum Jones a couple of years back in the hub. Well, only like they were out when they shouldn't have been out, and they got into a fight. It wasn't the smartest 24 hours.
Yeah, well, they were at a venue that they shouldn't have been at. Particularly,
that's the third one. The third issue with it.
Particularly considering we were locked in hubs. What about well, we had the famous one this year. We had the what was the name of the restaurant? The Entre, what was it? The milkshakes, Milkshake Man,
Milkshake,
and Stevie May. Some people blame that as the downfall of the D's this year. What was the name? Entrecôte. Is that the name of it?
Oh, I'm not sure, to be honest.
I reckon people go there to get photos, and they stand there with photos, and they just, you stand with a boxer and you have your gloves up just because it was the side of Milkshake versus May, the punch on.
You're making that up. They don't do that.
Of course they don't do that. What about the I don't know if you saw at the World Championships recently, the female basketball World Championships in Sydney. So there was a French player being interviewed, and then all of a sudden, so there was a single reporter, and she was standing there with the camera, and then all of a sudden, there's a loud ruckus, and the Marley teammates are punching on for
They're going
press
nuts.
conference. They're just hacking at each other. They're not really throwing punches, but they're trying to. So they were fighting at the end of at the end of a game at a press conference. So it's not something that's new, Pat, but it's not something. I mean,
have you ever gotten in a fight with a teammate?
I got
Tarls. Surely you've smacked Tarls.
Nah,
Or he smack you.
No, I actually I got kicked off. Brenton Sanderson kicked me off the training track. You would have been there. Yeah, he Matthew Yench, a good fella, but a crazy little character.
Yes, I remember this. I remember this now.
He was just scragging me at training. I don't even know if he really did that much, to be honest. And I just sort of, lashed out and I think I actually whacked him in the old gonads, which is what dropped him. But it looked like I, whacked him off the ball
on purpose.
And Sano just saw him go down and sent me straight off the ground, which is fine because we had about 8Ks to go at the pre-season session. So
he had probably the funniest line that I've ever heard in footy.
Mm.
The biggest travesty in football is that I don't get to mark my own kick.
Oh, Jesus. Well, I can't
remember who he said it to, but
he's playing for the Humboldt Magpies now, so he probably is good enough to go and mark his own kicks.
No, he should have had a longer career than what he did, man. He was a very good player.
Absolutely. He should have played at least double the amount. I don't know how many games he played, but he should have played north of 150.